Next up is actually a pretty good friend of mine. She actually comes to our open mics here. Like I mentioned, shameless plug, sorry about that. But yeah, she has a lot of deep thoughts, and you know, it's a real pleasure when we reached out to her. She was just like, yeah, you know, she's super down. So please, everybody, give it up for Laura Wright.
Right.
Near the cross of Jesus stood his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Clopas, Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother there and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, he said to his mother, "Dear woman, behold is your son." And to the disciple, "Behold your mother." From this time on, the disciple took her into his home. Woman, behold, beheld, beloved, belabored, my son, we labor. I'm awakened and shaken, breaking. Tell me, what is our stake in? I'm praying for that peace that comes in the midst of these wars that don't cease, in the waves that crash us but don't release. Our battles are enduring, bearing burdens like we bear children, screaming for deliverance, but sure by this pain that we exist. Woman, yes, I am woman. I inherently hold womb in my gut, so utterance I mutter this. I hold the potential for life patiently on strong thighs and wide hips. I was purposed for birth. But that's also how I can feel death deeply from the inside. My son, I feel the constant fluttering of life between rib cages from which suffering shows us what we are attached to. My son, it is in our womb where we first learn that deliverance first requires death. Fingertips gripping that which we claim as our lives now separate, where once we were intimate, my son. Pulling, aching, cutting, ripping, our separation was anything but natural. My son, but it is in your first death that also brought your first birth, my son. You were birthed on this earth, my first cursed illegitimate, traveling between sky and desert, pressed between passages of pain. I remember this country that you come from and how it informs your life. My son, your first landscape was my womb, where you were intimately connected by your father's love. My son, I felt your life move before this earth ever knew. You knew every growing pain quietly restrained in my stomach. Your cramps became my own. My son, we have always moved together. And when your life became too big for me to refuse you, quietly I had to lose you, constrained no longer. I didn't choose you, Messiah, but you are Yeshua Elohim, my deliverance, whom I delivered. And now I feel this crucifix hanging deeply in my gut. My son, your nailed feet pressed against my stomach, your arms outstretched wide, wrapping around my sides with every labored breath, ripped flesh. My son, my stomach contracts. We have always moved together. And this suffering shows us what we are attached to, for my umbilical cord has never been cut, my son. But woman knows that in denying you this death, I would also be denying your life. Belabored, my son, we labor, skeleton of the born again. Torn again, now I'm forlorn again, mourn again. When will new life come? When all of this be done? When will all be one through you, the one, my son? So I scream from the mountaintops, backbones echoing in my soul, let me come with you. My son, let me come with you, I love you. And this suffering shows us what we are attached to, my son. My body labored and was broken for you, and now you break that we may be delivered. Giving birth through your death, my son, behold, we are one.